Hi, everyone. We're the Chassis Subteam. I'm the lead, Anna Patton, and our other members include Wesley Quinones and Daniel Fahmy. So for a little overview, our subteam is tasked with the manufacturing and optimization of the chassis in accordance to American Solar Car regulations. The chassis consists of the structural steel tubes that form the skeleton of the car, and our chassis in its current form is shown in this image here. So firstly, our team was fortunate enough to inherit the UCI Formula Race Car Team's 2013 chassis. However, this chassis was built for an engine that has twice the horsepower as the engine we're using, which means it was a lot stronger than what was needed for our purposes. So we ran simulations to try to identify members that could be removed to reduce weight while still being able to withstand the impact forces outlined by American Solar Car Challenge. Here shown to the left is an example of one of the simulations we ran. We created multiple iterations of the chassis with increasing number of members being removed for weight reduction until we found the sweet spot, which is shown here to the bottom right. Every member marked in red was targeted for removal. Here you can see us working on the car. Our subteam has completed the removal of all targeted unnecessary members, and we did that by using an angle grinder and reciprocating saw.
In addition to working on the chassis, our subteam is in charge of designing and manufacturing our car's belly pan. We took detailed measurements of the chassis and CAD'd our design for the belly pan, which consists of 5 separate pieces. The 5 belly pans were laser cut and final adjustments were made using an angle grinder to remove areas that interfere with excess welding. Material for perfect fit. Here you can see the belly pans fitted onto the chassis. And we also have our belly pan mounts. They mount 3 of the 5 belly pans will be mounted directly to the chassis, which has pre-existing holes. For the 2 belly pans that do not have pre-existing holes, we will be creating the mount on using square steel tabs seen on the side. These tabs will be welded onto the chassis, and then the belly pan will be welded onto the tabs.
To account for suspension and their components, 4 additional members needed to be added to the chassis, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. We adopted a method using profile templates shown in the left to facilitate the process of profiling the tubes. Wooden fixtures seen in the top right picture were used to line up the front 2 members at their respective heights, and metal suspension mounts seen in the bottom left corner were used to line up the back 2 members. Using these appropriate heights, we were able to make sure the profiles were flush with the chassis as seen in the bottom right corner. Early in the quarter, our subteam members received welding training to prepare for the welding of the 4 additional tubes and also other components that need to be added to the chassis. The 4 members were finally welded on as seen in the bottom left-hand picture. The wooden fixtures and the metal fixtures were also used again to make sure we welded the tubes at the appropriate height. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed our presentation.